Hi, this is Rabbanit Adena Berkowitz coming to you live from the famous King David Hotel in Jerusalem. It's a pleasure to be sitting with Matan Lerner, the general manager. So, and I understand this is you're here relatively new to the job.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm in the job for the last 4 months only. I had a nice start, I have to admit. Better times are coming, and we had the perfect holidays, the Jewish holidays, and then we had the delegation of the Vice President J.D. Vance. So I got it all in the first 4 months.
Oh wow! All right. Well, we're going to come to the visit of the vice president, especially in the context of all the well-known dignitaries who have made this their prime place to stay when they're in Jerusalem. But first, let's share with the audience a little bit of the history of the hotel. When was it built, and what role did it play in pre-state Israel?
All right. Well, it's a big question. First of all, timeline. It opened in 1930, actually in December 1929. It was built by the Mosseri family. It was a Jewish family from Egypt, very wealthy family from Egypt, and they wanted to open a grand hotel in Jerusalem because they understood the value of this, obviously, of this city, and they saw that what's coming for it. And they hired a very famous architect and designer, M. Vogt. He was a Swiss architect, and they wanted to build it as a temple, I think temple is the right word, for King David, for Melech David. And when he designed it, he also wanted it to blend in with the Jerusalem, with the old walls of Jerusalem. Okay, so when you look at it from outside, also from when you look to the east, it blends in with the walls, and also if you look from the walls to the west, you see that it seems like part of the walls. That was his main idea, his main goal. It also has like two temples on the side to make it feel like it's a wall. Okay, and then in the interior is also he hired Hufferschmidt, was another Swiss designer, and he wanted also to put history inside the hall, this place. Okay, so when you stand in the main hall, it's the main hall is for the King David. Okay, and when you look to the walls on your right, you have another hall which is in the it's for the King Solomon. Okay, and then on your left, the design is also for the Syrians and all the our neighbors from the north. Let's say it like this.
Okay.
That's just in the beginning, and then
yeah, sure, and then
I can go on and on.
Right, go on. But I know that it had when the British were here.
Right. So then, after 3 years, I think in 1933, the British they moved in. Okay, they said want to build their. They stayed. The British Army stayed here in the south side. Okay, from 1933. Okay, and it was operating as a hotel on the north side. Okay, so the British were here, the mandate during the mandate time, and then in 1946 there was the famous bombing. Okay, of the Lehi. They had a restaurant in the south side. Okay, it was called La Regence, and the resistance brought in TNT explosives in big milk jars. Okay, inside the restaurant in 1946, July 22nd, and then they called the hotel and they said, "Listen, at noon, there's going to be an explosion. Clear the hotel." But the chief in staff of the British police, that was their army, he said, "We're not going to evacuate." Okay, he thought it was just nothing, and then the explosion happened, killed 96 people, many wounded. The whole south wing got totally ruined, and the hotel stayed wasn't operating from 1946 till the Fettermans, which are the owners of the Dan chain, bought it in 1958.
Oh, wow. So that it was closed as a
Yeah.
hotel for 12 years.
Yeah, it was deserted. I mean,
Oh my
nothing was
goodness.
here. The only thing that was here was the army, our army, the Israeli army. Grew. It started in the Independence War, okay, because we were fighting to the east, so they used the building, okay, which back then had only 4 floors, um, to fight, okay, and defend Jerusalem. So that's, and then in 58 they bought it, the Fettermans, okay, the brothers Yekutiel and Shmuel, sorry. And when they bought it, okay, the army said, okay, they wanted to bring it back to operation. The army said, no problem, but we still need the place for to defend Jerusalem. So they made them build another floor, the 4th floor, okay, which is a half floor. Okay, when you look at the hotel from the outside, you see now it's 6 floors. I will get that there, but there's 6 floors, and you see that between 4 and 5 there's like a half floor, because the army made them to build it, okay, so they can still stay there and defend the
Right. Just so people understand, at that time, Jerusalem was divided.
Yeah.
And the King David is essentially almost on the border from when the Jordanians were occupying the eastern end of Jerusalem, including the Kotel, no access to anybody Jewish for all those years, for those 19 years. So I'm wondering, if a person, did you have the patio then? Did people see the Jordanian soldiers at patrol?
I guess.
Yeah.
And what happened? Yeah, I guess it took them time, the Fettermans, to rebuild the place. Uh, and when in 67, after the war broke, and we got Jerusalem, the east side back, the army said, listen, okay, we don't need it anymore, the 4th floor,
Oh.
because now
It's ours.
yeah, it's ours. So what happened? They said, the Fettermans said, we're stuck with this half floor. What are we gonna do? So they decided, they got the approval from the municipality, and they built 2 more floors, the 5th and the 6th floor, which is also a nice story, because they brought in designers, and they wanted to, how do we add 2 more floors
To
and
make
still,
it look like it's part of the original.
yeah, so they had many plans that people suggested few things, and then the story tells that one of the Fettermans took a picture, okay, of the hotel back then, cut it 2 floors, okay, and added on top. Said, this is how I want it, and now it looks this. It's the same design, and since then, from 1967 on, it was that's where everything started. I mean, in the prosperity, and in general, it became the part of the country, part of our capital. Many famous people and celebrities and important people
Who have been, because you mentioned Vice President Vance was just here
Well,
recently, who have been, share with the audience, who have been some of like a famous Hollywood star,
we
and
had
some
we
of
had
the political
we had
dignitaries
Michael. We had a lot of people here
over the years.
over the
Yeah.
years. Okay, I mean, we have a big line of signatures. Okay, we have a book of signatures. We have the people that, from Hollywood stars to kings and prime ministers and presidents. Every U.S. president that came here, I think it's every. I didn't really, maybe need to double check, but I think every president that came to visit Israel and stayed overnight stayed here. And as I said, royalties, and Exodus was filmed here with Paul Newman
Right, I remember watching the movie in the scene where they're sitting on the,
on the
I think it was everybody's, I saw the movie many years after it was made, and it was like, well, where is that beautiful terrace, right? Everybody wanted to go there.
So it's here.
Right, so
It
you,
is a beautiful town. It's still to this very day. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, no, we're looking out on it, and
Yeah.
it's magnificent, with a magnificent view. Really, as they say, a multi-million-dollar view. What was it like when you had it most recently, Vice President Vance?
Well, first of all, that was they called us Sunday morning. They said, "Listen, he's coming Tuesday."
Oh, goodness, so that
Okay.
doesn't give you much time.
No, it doesn't give us much time, and the security level when the vice president visit is the same as the U.S. president. But the only thing is that we didn't need to evacuate all to clear the hotel. Sorry, not evacuate to clear the hotel. So because my team, as I said, I'm new here, but my team is very professional, and they know exactly the protocol about. We are used to working with the Secret Service or other with our security, I mean, the Israeli security, so they know the drill, we know the protocol, and we did it very fast. And he came here Tuesday, stayed with us till Thursday, had few meals. Um, Dining. Yeah, it was, to be honest, I was very, very nervous, anxious about it. I didn't know exactly what to expect and how to. That was my first big delegation, but that was actually really smooth, and we did great. And he was very happy. I met him. He seems like a great guy.
So it's really a big honor for you. I remember hearing once a story, I don't think I'm going to truncate it, have all the details, but when the president of Egypt, Anwar Sadat, stayed here, and Prime Minister Begin of blessed memory was here. So they had, I think you had one of the waiters one of the Arab Israelis who spoke obviously Arabic, and he served, it was a Friday night dinner, and they served the first course, which was gefilte fish. So many Sephardic Jews are not necessarily fans of gefilte fish. I think it's unfair to gefilte fish. I've tasted the King David gefilte fish. It's delicious. But the president of Egypt is given this, and he takes one bite. He goes, "What is this?" You know, it was not something he had ever eaten in his life. Is there another like
Well,
funny story connected with
the
some of the dignitaries?
you touched on the Sadat visit. I think that was one of the most historical events that ever happened in the young state of Israel, and also obviously in the kingdom. I was just I had dinner with the owners, the Fettermans, and they told me the story of when he visited here, how monumental it was. They remember exactly what they wore. They were here, okay, what they wore and what exactly he did. So, and in which service, what plate did he use and what cup did he use to drink? And one of the things that I learned is that when the meal was over, he asked for a cappuccino. He asked for milk in his coffee, and nobody knew what to do because we're kosher and you cannot have dairy after meat. So they called because he was here. They went to the rabbi and said, "Listen, what to do?" What did he say? You can serve him the milk. And there's a psak halacha that says that it's allowed when a leader is I don't know the exact translation, but when he's doing something important, you don't block his way or something like that. And he explained that afterwards. I learned it just now. It's an amazing story.
Wow. Never heard that story. That's so interesting.
Crazy. And we also we had in the same visit, the Secret Service, our Secret Service, didn't allow the Muslim waiters to work, our staff, and we didn't Mickey Federman, the owner, he was then the CEO of the company. He called his friends in the Secret Service and he asked for a special authorization for that, and they allowed them to work. And that's something that they remember to this very day because it was important for them, as much as it was important for us. And they work here, so they still every time he walks because some of the waiters still work.
Oh, still here.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh my goodness.
We have people work here 50 years, yeah.
Wow.
And well, what else? Well, one of the latest, I guess, One of the presidents asked for on his. We didn't know that you do that, but on his burger, he asked for peanut butter.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's it. That's that. I'm sure there are more, but
Wow. Now how has the hotel changed over the years?
well, I think that um, one of the things that we're proud of is that it's uh, the changes are not, they're subtle. You don't see them. Okay, we try to maintain and keep to preserve the historical of the building and of the country of the legacy of this beautiful property. So when you walk in, you see the decor. It's almost the same. Okay, we maintain the original decor. The furniture are replicas of ruins that from 3,000 years ago. Okay, um, the lobby, the public places are pretty much the same. What we do change is we change obviously our service. Okay, we need to be updated all the time.
Right, because there's so much more competition now because you have a
Of course.
lot of lives,
To be honest, first of all, yeah, a lot more competition than back then, like a few 10, 20 years ago. Um, Beautiful hotels that were built in the last decade or more than that, and the competition is tough. But to be honest, there's nothing like King David. I mean, it's not just because I work here. It's obvious. Everybody, they say that, our competition, we're friends with them. We're in good relationship. We know everything that's going on there, and they know what's going on in here. And everybody knows there's nothing like King
no,
David.
this is probably the most
Yeah,
unique
it's
hotel,
it's
iconic.
iconic. It's huge. Okay, and it's also it's not only the building, also the property. Okay, but we have it's like 7 acres just outside the wall. Okay, it's the the pool is beautiful. I think not I don't think I think people don't realize that. And other than just the building, there's also this beautiful pool outside, and
The
the terrace,
grounds,
the grounds.
the
Yeah.
grounds, the grounds are
So
something.
we have to always be updated with our service and with our culinary experience and in general what we give as part of the experience. Okay, it's not enough to have the nicest property in Jerusalem or in Israel. You have to be good at what you do. So always pushing the limits with service and with the experience. As I said, we've been working now on doing a major renovation. We have to do it floors 1, 2, 4. We're going to do it soon. It's a big thing.
That's a big project.
One of the things that people don't realize that in all the 233 rooms that we have in the King David, there are no 2 rooms that are alike.
Wow, I did not know that.
It's crazy, huh? Eh, I worked in hotels before. I think it's a unique fact that I don't know if other hoteliers will hear that say what? No 2 rooms are alike.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
Is,
Crazy. And
is
you
that
think-
like are you the only hotel?
I
You
don't
think?
know.
So interesting.
I don't know, but in this size, probably. And now that we plan the renovation, it makes it even more difficult for us to plan it. So it's a big project. We're going to do it. We hired a beautiful office designers from Paris. The model of the mock-up room is being built as we speak. I hope that after next Sukkot, okay, because we're going to need the rooms for Sukkot.
Good.
After next Sukkot, we're going to start it's a big project.
Wow, that's amazing.
I
So
can't
2 more questions. Just how has the hotel been able to pivot? There was, it was very dark times during the second Intifada, and then more recently with COVID, and now, of course, with the war and all the impact on tourism. So how does the hotel manage during such difficult times?
Yeah, great question. First of all, in general, the hotel business and the tourism business, we're in Israel specifically, I guess, we're used to it. Okay, as I said, the second Intifada that was 25 years ago, not 20 something years ago. So till this very day, we know how to adjust, okay? Because it's a business after all, and you need to stay with your head above the water. So we know what to do in these times. Although the last 5 years were really difficult. The COVID, first of all, after we got out of it and we, started to get back to normal, was actually a very good year and a half, more than that. Then October 7th happened. And that was tough. The hotels in Israel that got closed and never got back open again. In the Dan chain, for example, I wasn't here. I was working in other hotels at the Dan chain. We hosted displaced people. Okay.
Did you really?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
my goodness.
All
Wow,
of the hotels
wow, wow.
of the Dan chain, except of the King David and Dan Tel Aviv, we had people that lost their houses, and more than that for some of them. For example, in the Dan Acadia, which I managed, we had the kibbutz mefarsim for a year. They stayed with us.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
It really is. And
So-
also with staffing because of people being called to the army.
So
It must be incredible.
crazy. But there's getting back to the King David. There's something else about the King David, because the King David has its own from the owner perspective. They don't mind even if we lose money. Okay, this place is more important for them than anything else. So it's always open. It was always open. Also during COVID, it was open. That was the only hotel in Israel, I think, that was open. Okay, so maybe a few others were open, but it lost a lot of money. Okay, even now after the war, it lost every month a lot of money, but they don't care. We always have to be open and prepared for whatever. What is whatever? And education, some dignity, as you said. We always hear, and that helped the I don't know how to say the word, for the tolerance, I guess, from the owners. It helps managing because again, it's a business, but when you get it and you tell you, listen, as long as you keep the level high, we don't care about the rest.
Right. No, but
So-
this is the jewel.
Exactly.
It's, and anybody, if you haven't yet been to Israel, and if you've been to Israel and if you've not yet had the experience of coming into the hotel, it really transports you back to a moment in time, but it has every modern, anything that you would want. And in terms of things that you want, this might get you into trouble. King David, known for its incredible Israeli breakfast. What's your favorite item on the menu?
Well, I know. Well, first of all, you know what I like? I like the Israeli breakfast in general is something that, we're not only in the King David, Israelis, we're famous for it. Okay, when I was younger, I remember when I went for vacations, and I didn't understand why they served me only in Europe. Let's say they served me only pastry and fruit, okay, and coffee. So where's all the vegetables and where's all the so now so in general we're very, very proud of our breakfast. I guess that in the King David, first of all, I love the a la carte menu, okay, and not only you have the big buffet, the beautiful buffet, we also have a big a la carte menu that they serve to your table fresh. And so I like the eggs Benedict personally.
Okay, all right. So now
Okay.
we know.
And but I'll do whatever. And also I want to add something. Our buffet is accurate. Okay, I think that what we're most proud of is that everything's really fresh. It's beautiful. My chefs are constantly filling it up. Okay, you'll never miss anything. Sorry, and it's not. Some of the hotels in Israel, when you walk in, you see like this too big. Okay, personally, I find it. I'm lost when I get to a huge buffet. So we try to keep it accurate, okay, and fresh, and minimum waste. Also, that's another thing that lately, we sustainability, and we don't want to throw food away.
Cool. Right. Well, you're the original, the OG, as they say. So thank you, Matan Lerner, so much. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure
Thank you
sitting
for your
down with you, and
yeah.
and people don't walk, run. Come to the hotel.
We would love that. I think now after things got better here, we're ready for you. So
Great. Thank you
thank
so
you
much.
so much.
All right. Thank you for spending time with us and our listeners and our viewers. We
Thank
should
you.
have shalom, a true shalom.
Amen.
All
Amen.
right. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, Zev, you got it? Okay. Perfect.